I think we've had a very interesting morning already, hearing from a number of provocative speakers around the broader context for what we're all here to discuss today, the Caspian corridor, and particularly from Minister for Energy of Azerbaijan, Natik Aliyev, a very detailed and comprehensive explanation of particular projects that Azerbaijan is taking forward. I thought I would just start this discussion by just focusing on two broad points, which try to give a little bit of a broader context for the political scene which these projects, these developments are taking place in. Firstly, just to say that we've all been, for the last 3 years at least, but certainly before then as well, looking at the possibilities of developing corridors for energy and other transport and communication links between the Caspian and the countries around it to the West and Europe in particular. But not all of these have come to fruition because these are complicated, large projects with many different stakeholders and many different vested, sometimes opposing interests facing them. But what I took away from the presentation of Minister Aliyev this morning, and from my own experience of having been in Baku for a year and a half, is the absolutely essential role that Azerbaijan is playing in leading the development of these projects from visions into reality.
Before we had this Caspian Development Corporation buying in bulk from Russia, from Turkmenistan, I don't think it's going to happen unless EU Commission gets a clear mandate from member countries, which are very jealous to give away. But we have to be hopeful, of course. With the new management, under new management, perhaps EU could do well. My last point, perhaps, although I have many points, but most important one is Turkish Stream. How the Turkish Stream, this is the time bomb that President Putin put in Ankara, 1st of December, saying that we are killing South Stream because of Bulgaria and EU energy package, and we are reincarnating it in the form of Turkish Stream. And 63 BCM of gas and about 14.75 BCM for Turkey's needs. This is just replacing what the gas that was coming already from Ukraine and Bulgaria. But 50 BCM of gas will be parked on the Greek-Turkish border.
The project itself is a world-scale, $45 billion worth of investment, but equally importantly, it will create thousands of jobs in many countries from the Caspian all the way to Europe. The plan is that this development, this stage of Shah Deniz will provide an additional 16 billion cubic meters a year of gas, 10 of which will go to Europe and 6 of which will go to Turkey. Just to put that in context, in energy terms, what that means is that it would meet the energy requirements of every capital city along the corridor twice over.
I would like to basically, which Ricardo mentioned, the energy mix. I mean, why nuclear? I mean, in case of Turkey, I mean, we are a Russian company, Russian-owned company operating in Turkey under Turkish law, under Turkish regulation and legislation. Turkey now imports approximately 55 billion cubic meters of natural gas from different countries, from all these countries from Caspian corridor.
Let's not forget that energy security is just one side of the story. There is also, of course, affordability, competitiveness of price. There is climate change. We must not forget that either. So the picture is quite complex and it's interesting in that sense.